AITA for breaking up with my boyfriend because of his food insecurities? I'm not sure if food insecurity is the correct term, but it's the term he uses to describe what this is. And honestly, I've been with him for 3 years and this is the first I'm hearing of it. So, I came into this relationship with 2 kids. A 10-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. I didn't introduce my BF and the kids until maybe 8 months ago, and lately, Ben, BF, has been coming and staying here with us more often than not. Sometimes he will spend days at a time here and only go home maybe once a week. Well, more and more lately I've noticed little signs of weird food quirks of his that I'm not okay with. Like, he eats enough for easily 5 people's day worth of food. Or instead of letting my kids dish out their own food as I've always done, he's been doing it and giving them maybe 3/4 of what they would usually eat, but then loading his plate up to the fullest it could possibly get. I pay for all the food, just so we are aware. There was one time last week that my daughter had asked for more food and he spoke up and said, there isn't enough for everyone to have seconds. I actually stepped in and said that she could have more and there was plenty for the kids to have seconds. I didn't tell him this, but I was so grossed out by it because he literally had enough on his plate to feed 3 people, and if he had just taken a normal helping like everyone else then there would have been plenty left over. But anyways, I spoke to him about it that night and told him that the kids come first. They eat until they are full and that is how it goes in my house. He kind of put his hands up and said, sorry, won't happen again, and said he just figured it wasn't fair to everyone else who wanted seconds because there wasn't enough for everyone. I'm assuming he meant himself. But anyways, he apologized, so I let it go. But then yesterday evening he went grocery shopping for me because both my kids had events and I had a bunch of other stuff I had to do and I simply didn't have time to grocery shop as well. So he told me he would go for me. I sent him with my money, more than enough, and a very specific list. Well, I had plain bagels and original cream cheese on the list. He comes back with 3 different types of bagels, onion and chive, everything, cinnamon raisin, no plain as I'd asked for, and 3 different types of cream cheese, strawberry, blueberry and onion, no original. But I didn't complain. It's whatever. But then this morning my kids were making themselves bagels and Ben started scolding them for not using the correct cream cheese to go with the bagel. He's like, why would you even use strawberry cream cheese on an everything bagel? I bought the onion cream cheese for the everything bagels. Now what am I going to use on the cinnamon raisin bagels? Fruit cream cheese goes with these, not these. And he wasn't even really being nice about it either. I mean, he wasn't raising his voice, but it was the look on his face. And I was immediately turned off. It was my money that bought that food, but since he went and got it, apparently he feels like it's his too and can dictate how my children eat it. Anyways, he left for work and I told him that this isn't going to work out because I can't handle his hang-ups with food. I explained it more detailed than that, listing everything I mentioned above and then some. Well, he says, I'm really sorry, I have food insecurities, I know we can make this work. I will try harder to keep my mouth shut. But I couldn't get my daughter's face when he was scolding her out of my head and ultimately decided I could never chance that again and told him as much. He says he can't believe I'm throwing him away instead of trying to work on this. AITA? Edit. Thank you guys so much for the input. I have loads to do today and therefore won't be responding anymore until possibly tonight. And for context, no, I will not be letting him back in my home. I was just curious on if I reacted accordingly due to how guilty he tried to make me feel. Again, thank you. Everyone have a fantastic day.